I made $16,965 trading this one strategy. So if you come over here to my chart, you see that this is Beazer Homes. Beazer Homes is a home builder in the United States, and it is one of my favorite stocks to trade out there, which sounds funny because it's a home builder. They're kind of boring, but it always gets really great movement. Now, this particular trade was done in 2023, and I'm going to take you back in time and show you how that happened. So I noticed that Beazer went on a really nice run. You saw that it was an uptrend. It was moving all throughout the beginning of the year, through the spring, through the summer, and then all of a sudden, we started to get this kind of record high up here, and we weren't going anywhere. It kept trying for those record highs, and the decline started. And because this is a stock that I watch every single day, it's one of my 5 stocks that I pay attention to, I knew that I was going to be able to catch this thing early coming down in a short. So that opened up the opportunity for me to look at this and say, all right, let's put a tracker share on. So I buy 1 share, or in this case, sell 1 share short. And the reason I'm doing that is so that it sits at the top of my brokerage account and I see it every single day. And every morning I can go in and every afternoon I can go in and I can see that there's market activity happening with it. I can go add shares to it. And in this case, I was just patient until that day came when I was able to take my first position. So if you come over here, you notice that, yes, we always look for the trend to be in the sweet spot for 3 days. And I had to patiently wait until that happened. Were there some good candles in there before the trend was in the sweet spot, meaning red and yellow for 3 days? Yes, but I waited until I got more of a candlestick that was pushing down and really, more importantly, breaking these lows. And you can see that if I just zoom in here, you can see that I'm peaking below this low. This is going to be very intricate, but you can see that I still have a shade of red sitting out there. I don't know if you can see it, but I just have a couple of cents there, and that's all I needed. That's all I needed to execute because I knew that my trend was with me, and I knew that I had volume on my side at that point. So now that we're in this thing, the real approach now becomes, okay, when is the exit point? Do I have to take profits at any point? Is there any earnings that are being shown down here? And if you look, this was basically the duration of my trade. It was somewhere in here, in this range right here. And you can see there's no earnings. Earnings were over here. Earnings were over here. So I didn't have to worry about that at all. So now it was just, let's just watch the trend coast down. And what happens as trends coast down or up in the direction that you're going? The stock price continues to fall in that same direction. If you're going long on something like this, what happens? The stock price just continues to climb as your trend goes up. It's the beauty of shorting. You take the chart, you flip it upside down, and it's doing the exact same thing as going long because you have those stops in place. So as this thing continues to fall, I noticed that I don't really have to do anything here. I'm really, really happy with the direction things are going. But there was something that I noticed and why I exited at the point that I did. If we zoom the chart way out here, I'm going to go way, way back just so you can see what's going on. I took profits, or actually I exited somewhere down in here. Now, why did that happen? Because if you zoom out here, this is where the exit was. You notice in here, there was consolidation. Going back into 2022, consolidation. There was a peak here in 2021, meaning the stock price ran up and it fell at that same level. We go back here to 2017, same level. 2015 didn't really get there, but kind of that same spot, 2014. So what did this tell me? Look at all this in here in 2009, 10, 11. You're probably looking at this and saying, well, why are you going back so far? That's a great question because support and resistance really can go back a very long ways, especially if there's a lot of built-in evidence for it, going back 14, 15 years saying that Beazer Homes really struggles to break through that 22 number when it's going up, and it holds a really strong support level or a basement when it's coming down. So I was recognizing that, and at the same point, if we just zoom back in, and this is where we were right around here, you notice that we were coming down to that 200-day moving average. This was that point in time. When I saw a lot of these things happening, and those of you that have watched me before, you know that I typically will wait until this thing kind of rebounds back up and kind of lets me go. But I noticed that we were getting down to really this consolidation area, which was right in here. So I decided to exit my trade at $22.66. And I got lucky with that one because look what happened in the subsequent days. It started climbing and then it really 3 days in a row just popped right before earnings and it would have wiped away all of my gains. But I got lucky. And maybe it wasn't so much luck as it was knowing patterns and saying, hey, when we get down to this 2250 area, it always, always, always stops. And if it's going to break through and go lower, it's going to take time, and time is not something I was willing to wait for. So this actually makes me think of a trade that I'm in right now, and I'm in Moderna right now, so mRNA, and this is a trade that I am in along with a lot of other community members, and it's setting up extremely similar to what Beazer's doing. You can see that it's coming down through the sweet spot here. That's exactly what we look for. We got our final nice engulfing candlestick to kick things off, and this is actually one where I had a tracker share on it. I had a tracker share short. I was short one share to put it at the top of my brokerage account, so I see it every day, and I'm profitable right now. I don't know how long this is going to go. I don't even know if I'm going to make money on it, but this is the type of thing that we do in our Patreon community. I go live twice a week trading with the community on YouTube, and these are the types of trades that we get in. This was actually brought to me by a community member. It's $25 a month right now. Click the link in the description below. You will not regret it, and you'll learn all of the different rules and kind of tips and tricks to making successful trades. So let me show you what I'm anticipating with Moderna. It is not too late to get in this thing. I got in early, but it is not too late. So if we just draw that resistance line right here, that it's really struggling to break through, if we get an engulfing candlestick like this, that is a very high likelihood that I will add more shares to this, or somebody could get in for the first time. We're going to be talking about this at 10 a.m. today on the community-only live stream, so join that Patreon and come chime in.